All right, guys, we are going to be meeting an exceptional leader, an exceptional parent. Um, if you guys were like me, I watched the closing of the Tokyo Olympics yesterday, and today we are excited to welcome Rob Tucker, Citywide Director of Productivity Coaching in Birmingham, Alabama. But more importantly, he is the father of a silver medalist, Mary Tucker. Who took home silver for Team USA in the 10-meter air rifle mixed team. Congratulations, Rob.
Thank you. It's been a fun ride for the past 6 years.
I love that. And what we're going to talk about is what those past 6 years have looked like and what's really helped Mary ascend to her Olympic silver medal. But first, how does it feel to be the parent of an Olympian?
It's interesting because I've always said, hey, I want to meet an Olympian one of these days. I want to know somebody that's won a medal. I never expected it to be my daughter, though. So it's cool.
That's amazing. And you guys could just take a look at her career highlights. And Mary started this sport in high school. So talk a little bit about how she got started.
Yeah, she went into freshman year of high school, and it was interesting because she chose to go to a charter high school in Sarasota, and it was an ROTC high school. So she was in a uniform every day, but she went because they had an equestrian program. She didn't go for this. And her mom told her, she said, all right, you got to find a club. You got to meet some people, find a club, join something. And she came back and she said, well, I'm going to join the rifle team. And that's where it started.
That's where it started. And joining a rifle team, for those of you that don't know, I learned a lot about this, but it's a pretty expensive sport. Could you walk us through that?
Yeah, it's so freshman year, she got to borrow all the equipment. So I had no idea what this was going to entail. And then about halfway through sophomore year, she was told by a couple of people on the team that she should go ahead and quit because she'd never be any good. And instead of doing that, she came and said, will you build a range in our warehouse? And I'm going, how do I do that? What do you mean build a range? She said, I don't know. It's got to be on Google somewhere, right? And so we found these plans and we built this range, and that was just the start of it, because I thought it was some 2x4s with a little thing in the background she could shoot her pellet rifle through. And then she got serious. And so she practiced 2 hours a day, and this is still on borrowed stuff, right? She practiced 2 hours a day for the next 30 days and came back number one on her team, then won the state championship 30 days after that, won, and then sitting at a national championship 30 days after that, first ever. And day one, she was in 5th place. What was cool with that is the current Olympic gold medalist at that time was in 6th place. So that was kind of the start of it. And it was an eye-opening experience. But after that, she said, hey, Dad, I want to be able to shoot, and I want to shoot in college. And I said, what do you mean? She said, yeah, there are college rifle teams. Really? And they have scholarships. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm in. All right. How do you do that? Wait, hold on.
Where's the money? Right. Yeah, sure.
Well, wait a minute. I need some equipment that's my own at this time. And she said, well, I found this air rifle and it fits me. And Mary's little. She's only about 5'2", and maybe 120 pounds if she's got all her stuff on, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, well, what's that? Because she'd been using a borrowed one. It's only $5,000. I said, what, for an air rifle? Right, that's not my BB gun that I used to have when I was a kid. She said, well, it's the one that fits. All right, we can do that. And then she said, hey, they shoot small bore, which is 22 in college too. And I went, well, what's that? Well, I'm not sure on that one. And so we went through 2 of them. The first one was like $2,000, didn't fit. Next one, $4,000, didn't fit. She said, I found it. This one's just like my air rifle, but it's the 22 version.
Wow.
Okay, what's that? Well, with all the stuff, it's $20,000.
So these costs kept incurring too as she became better, and all the costs, and you're also going on all these competitions. So these costs are rising, and kind of what's going through your mind, because you're also in business at this time at Keller Williams. Yep. And how is this being funded?
Well, I will say thank you to an opportunity that I had 19 years ago. to be one of the original agents in Charlotte, North Carolina, and to Mike Tavener for making that original phone call. Thank you, Mike. And it all came from profit share. It came from what everybody has an opportunity to participate in, because she said, not only is it this expensive piece of it, but now we have to travel or all over the country. As a matter of fact, for the next 2 months, we have to get in the car in between sophomore and junior year, and we have to go from here to Indiana to all of these different places.
Right.
And so I don't know how we're going to do that, but you're the only one that's going to do it. So we started traveling for the next year.
Wow. And so at this time, because of profit share coming in, you are able to be there for your daughter. You're able to commit to her. You're able to contribute to that dream. Would you say that this dream could have been realized without profit share, Rob?
Oh, no, no, we wouldn't have been, because it gets more in depth at that point too, because over the next year, we had to increase what we were doing with the range. So we went from paper targets to electronic targets, and we had to have one for air and one for small bore because that's what she was shooting. And the distances of travel got more. We found out that we have to match, there are a lot of details. You have to match pellets, which cost money. You have to match the ammo, which is $2,500 every 3 months to do that. And this is for, 22 ammunition. And then you have a custom suit that you have to get. And if she changes her body type, we have to get a new one. And those are $2,500 each. And so then at the end of junior year, because of what she'd done, she came up with the biggest kind of curveball. She said, "Hey, Dad, guess what? I've been invited to move to Colorado Springs and train at the Olympic Training Center." I said, "Outstanding! They're gonna go ahead.
Go do it, yeah."
And then she said, "Well, you have to go too." "What do you mean I have to go too?" "Well, I'm too young to live in the dorms. So family has to go too." So we had to pick up and move for her senior year of high school to Colorado Springs.
Wow. I just see the commitment in you, Rob. And I look out at our ecosystem and this idea that the ALC created, remember in 1987, of profit share to disrupt the industry, to build a system where everybody benefits and we can all win together. And we are surely celebrating this win with you. Mark, what do you have?
Yeah, I dying to ask you some questions, Rob. This is such a great story. So much commitment here. I love that Julia pointed out commitment in all things. How many hours a day does she practice right now?
6 to 7 hours a day. And that doesn't necessarily include all of the other training. So that's just on a range, pulling a trigger at whether it's air rifle or whether it's small bore, because she still has the physical training she does. She has the mental training and preparation that she does. Oh, and by the way, she's a honor student at University of Kentucky as well.
Well, of course she is.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So Rob, the other thing you said, I'm so glad I didn't know this till right now, but you mentioned Mike Tavener, and the man changed a lot of people's lives.
Absolutely.
And rest in peace. It's such a testament to this company, to the amazing people we have in this company. How much profit share have you earned since you joined Keller Williams?
In the next month, it will go over 1.1 million.
Now, my screen didn't freeze. $1.1 million, but you can't earn that, Rob. I don't know if you know this or not. It's not real.
Well, and just imagine how much it would have taken in cash to put that in stock market or investments to get the same return.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yes. All right. So finally, who tells a sharpshooter they can't do anything? Like I don't. That's not very wise.
No. But that was the start of it, and it's interesting. You've got two choices when somebody says, "Oh, you're never going to be any good, and you can't do this, and you should quit." You either step up to the plate and you say, "Oh yeah, watch me," or you believe what they say. And luckily, she had the support system and surrounded by the right people to say, "All right, I'll show you."
This is an amazing story. We so appreciate you. Please hang out with us for the rest of the call. We're going to ask you to do an important announcement later. Julia, kicking it back to you.